Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, before I start my talk, I would like to congratulate NFI and the organizing committee with this very inspiring and amazing event, I will say. If I look at your agenda, it's really impressive. Forensic Science 2.0 and beyond. I might even touch upon Forensic Science 3.0. But let's wait and see what the talk will bring. First of all, I would like briefly to say something about the organization I represent. I'm director at the Dutch Research Council. And what we do is fund scientific research, create science policy, develop new instruments for, say, science funding, so that a lot of beautiful things can come from that and a lot of innovations. My position, I'm director of a division containing 4 areas of science. Chemistry, computer science, mathematics, and astronomy. And I'll tell you, 3 of those perfectly link with your domain. And I'll come to that a little bit later. Over the past few years, and even lately, we gave it a boost. My organization developed 3 programs in the area of forensic science, a national forensic science program. I'll come to that a little bit later. Recently, a program on cyber security with lots of cyber forensics in there, and already an older program developed by our NGI, which is about forensic genomics. Right. Let's briefly go into the forensic science program, and let's touch upon some of these projects that we granted. These projects are projects working in these 6 themes, 6 areas of this program. Things like crime scene capturing, forensic statistics, small traces in context, all items that you will recognize. Let's take a look at a few of these projects to see the impact science will have on your domain and how it will change in the next 5 to 10 years. If I make a relation, say, with chemistry, a project that we granted is on the molecular basis of chemical hair evidence. What we want to do is want to create a scientific basis to determine whether a compound in or on the hair is due to intake or to external contamination. And you probably value, say, this project when you can also study crime scene related chemical signatures presented on the hair. Another one is related to mathematics. And we all know that the communication gap between forensic statisticians and lawyers and crime scene investigators is huge. And this project is to make this gap smaller. Because we all know that statistics plays a very important role nowadays in court. Then forensic science and computer science. They go very close together, I can tell you. Not only in projects like face recognition, and we all know that nowadays there is a 100% match possible from a photo at the archives of the police and one taken from a criminal recently, not just by the form of the face, but also by trying to match the wrinkles and the scars, etc. That's just the beginning of the link with computer science and forensic science, I would say. I will come to the link more closely, but if you look at the other program that we recently funded, cybersecurity, and in there cyber forensics, also this is a relation to computer science. And what was already stated earlier, forensic science is not something that you do within borders. So I'm pleased that in this typical program, which we will launch next year, we cooperate heavily with the Department of Homeland Security in the United States. And I'm pleased that the topics that we defined closely relate to their topics. So the call will be out soon, €6 million first call on projects concentrating on short-term innovations and innovations for the long term. And I can tell you, this is a program that we keep on funding for the next few years. Again, computer science, we all know how important 3D imaging of the crime scene is. And so if you look back a bit, you can already see what computer science changed in your domain. Other things that will happen soon is a development which we call big data. And the Dutch Research Council is planning to invest over the next 2 years tens of millions of euros in an area called big data. And I can tell you, the connection with forensic science will definitely be there. If you think about the image material, say related to things like child pornography, what computer science can do there. Voice recognition, recognizing stress in intonation. Things like advanced image analysis, predicting, say, radical behavior. Or behavioral analysis based on data from social media like Twitter or Facebook. Those are all things that will happen in the next few years. Allow me, there was a connection with 3 of my disciplines, a close connection. Could there be a connection with astronomy? Well, maybe that would be forensic science 3.0. But if you want to make an iris scan, say not close by, but from 15, 20 meters, you have a problem. And the problem is called the atmospheric turbulence. If you look at astronomers gazing at the stars, gazing at the moon, they got the same problem. If you look from a telescope to the moon, it's a wobbling pancake. That's all because of the turbulence of the atmosphere. And what they developed was a system, a laser-guided system. And they project a star at 15 kilometers, and with that they calculate, say, the turbulence of the atmosphere, and they subtract that from the noise that they get. You can do the same with an iris scan in the near future, I can tell you. I think, ladies and gentlemen, not only with astronomy, computer science, mathematics, or chemistry, there's a close relation to your domain. If you look, say, in the future, if you look to things like medicine, connection with also forensic pathology and those things, there are so many innovations coming to your domain in the next 10 or 5 years. And I'll tell you that the Netherlands Organization for Scientific Research, the Dutch Research Council, will be there as a partner to finance research at universities, research at knowledge institutes in this area of forensic science, to bring innovations in the next 5 or 10 years. And I'll be interested to be here again, say in about 3 years, to see how many of these innovations are already there and what new innovations are there in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a very inspiring conference, and I hope to meet you again in a few years' time. Thank you very much.